Hello, welcome in everybody. This is Fiercestbard. Hello, hello. Welcome to my art stream where we're arting. We're arting for the summer. And what summer would be complete without Rapi? But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. It is Wednesday. Uh the Mango Sentinels are playing tonight. Hoping for a little bit of good fortune. We'll see what happens, but in the meantime, we gotta art. We gotta art, and I've got to complete line art actually right now. So actually, you know what? Let me do something really quick. Um, Let me actually fill in some dark colors for this because we started doing the line art for this, right? And there's certain parts that should actually be filled in that I just kind of neglected to do said fill-ins for, and I think everything will look a little bit better if we do them. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. But yeah, hopefully you're all having a great hump day, Wednesday. Middle of the week, end of the day, which means we're more than halfway through with the end of the weekdays, right? I'm pretty sure for those of you who are either at work or at school and stuff like that, looking forward to getting through the weekend, getting closer to the weekend. You know, I always look forward to the weekends. But that's because I'm weird like that, I guess. Well, actually, I shouldn't say I'm weird like that because everybody wants to the weekends to happen, right? Everybody wants the weekends to happen faster. I don't know anybody that doesn't want that to happen, right? But yeah, things are pretty crazy over here in Cappy Town. The NBA finals are still happening, and everybody's nervous as all hell. I know I am. Hoping that good things will happen for their team. I mean, regardless of what happens tonight, I think we all know that the real losers of tonight will be the Capitan Police Department when they have to deal with the aftermath of no matter what happens at the end of tonight. So best of luck to them. That's all I've got to say about that. Let's see now. And after I filled in the eyes there, I also have to do a little bit of I have to do a little bit of work over here on said neck because I noticed this neck is actually, oh whoops, that is the wrong layer. Wah, wah. Okay. Because I noticed that her neck is quite large where I drew it. It's like in the wrong place, like completely. So I gotta fix that. I gotta fix that a little bit here too. I keep putting it in the wrong place. Holy crap! Like never will I be on the right layer, will I? Let's do it. Let's do it. And this all makes a huge difference to the way that the character is gonna look. Like it's just small changes in the direction of certain lines and in where certain lines exist and stuff like that. Just these small things make such a huge difference to the overall look of the artwork, right? So like there we go. Because then it's like her neck is not like fanning out towards the point where the neck meets the jawline and stuff like that, right? Like I do see a little bit of trouble when I zoom out quite far with the jawline there. It's not as it's not as smooth as I would kind of want it to be. So do I fix this right now? Yes, let's do it. Let's do it right now. And again, like you wouldn't think that these small adjustments would make a huge impact on this, but they actually do. It's all about the details at some point. So you wanna do it. You wanna fix them, especially since we're working with a medium that allows that, right? There's definitely ways to fix your art when you work with analog mediums, but um, digital is always going to be kind of like, but why? Why, Skinwalker Chan? Why would you appear here when there is no reason for Skinwalker Chan to be here? Absolutely no reason for Skinwalker Chan to show up. Also, hello, Juice. Are you busy? Are you busy dumping garbage at the store? Of all things, you want to keep dumping garbage at the store? But yeah, um, there's definitely a very say so and not degenerate situation going on here with Rapi. She is just showing the commander around this newly discovered pool that she found. You know, using various clues that she found on what used to be called the internet. Like in our days, right? Like for them, they wouldn't know this place. For them, they would be like, "Where is this? What is this legendary area that all these people are talking about in the days before the arc, right?" So they had to discover it because apparently this place has special powers. Very special powers indeed. I'm trying to do the line art with as little corrections as I can, but I'm always like, always gotta do these massive fixes. Okay, we'll zoom in. We'll zoom in for this one. See, again, it's always the little things. Like, you wouldn't think that that tiny, tiny little thing that I just erased would make a huge impact on this image in any way, but sometimes, it's just about those little things that, you know, um, you leave it there and it just kind of bugs you, right? And then I've always learned that, like, well, it's not that I've learned, but I do prefer, like, having the line art kind of like in cross sections of line art, right, where it makes that like T shape, I guess, like where one line meets another line. I do like to add a little bit more to that area to make it a little bit thicker in those little gaps and stuff like that. I try to add them where I remember to. Like over here, I need to add a little bit of that over here, right? Like just so that, so that like where those intersections are, the lines don't just kind of hit each other and it just kind of ends, right? If it makes the line art a little bit more organic in this way because of the way that our eyes work, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. And then she's got like quite a few strands of hair that kind of go like that. It's not just a straight, like, I don't know. It's just not like supposed to be a straight like piece of hair, I guess, over here. It just you should have like a little stuff sticking out every here and there. Let's see. Just get that to look a little bit better. What else needs to be erased from here? Probably these lines over here, because the hair is going right over that, right? So yeah, I'm trying to add parts to the hair over here so that it's like, you know, it's not just these two parallel straight lines and then like the color of the hair over here, right? Like I want it to actually look like, okay, this is like a whole bunch of hair that's not just like these straight lines, and it's like kind of layered on top of each other and all that other stuff. Because sometimes that's the hard part about hair.
Emotional damage!
You don't want the emotional damage from being raided. Hello, Mooney. How are you doing? Hopefully you had a fun time managing your store. I tried to pay a visit to leave my junk there too. I didn't realize. Oh, you know that game is like, I could see why that game is like. It's one of those games that's like you could easily get lost in for hours upon hours, and you know, like oh yes, I'm trying to give you the shout out, and I misspelled the word shout out. But yeah, like I could see why you would lose track of time playing those games. It's kind of like there's a lot of games that are like that, right? Like city manager games and things like that, right? Like, or otherwise those types of games where, you know, you're just kind of stuck in a single place doing the thing, and then you just kind of lose track of time, right? But yeah, welcome in anybody who doesn't already know me. My name is Fiercestbard. Hello. I am a V artist here on Twitch and now on YouTube as well, and I do pretty anime girls. I draw them. I draw pretty anime girls. And today we're trying to draw Rapi Red Hood from Goddess of Victory Nikkei. Yeah, she's in her summer outfit. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be pretty cool or pretty hot. Depends on how you feel about this sort of thing. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. But you know. Oh, and also, if you guys also don't already know, I am also you know, in our art collective Cappy Buds with Mooney. So yeah, you know, just in case you didn't happen to know. But yeah, we're trying to finish this trifecta of Nikkei characters, because I never drew the entire counters team just yet. You know, I just kind of always wanted to, but I just never had the reason to. And then they released two new versions of Honest and Neon, right? So I drew the line art for Honest. I still need to make some corrections to that one, and then I passed that along to Mooney, who is going to lay down the colors for me. on that one, and then I'm working on Rapi right now and stuff like that, right? And I also finished before I forget, I also finished doing the line art for Neon. The what is it called? The something or other Vision Neon. I don't remember the names. I just remember Titty Star. That's the only name that I remember. But yeah, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We have a lot of line art in our backlog, so we need to complete some more images pretty soon. But you know, after Rappy Red Hood, I think I'm gonna move on to also finishing that line art that I had sketched out for Ingrid from Street Fighter 6. So we have a quite a few projects going on all at the same time, and you know, like I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of happy with that because our output is going to be pretty awesome. Like, you know, because you know, usually my output has always been something like 1 or 2 images a month, if even, and stuff like that, right? And granted, it's not like I put anything out in recently, as of recently, but I think the next time that I'll start posting more art and stuff like that will be like I'll be able to post like quite a few all at the same time. So that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, hopefully you all are having a great Wednesday. And if you guys want to throw a little bit luck to the Capital Mango Sentinels, I would appreciate that. Mango Sentinels need all the luck they can get, especially outside of MSG, where they are actually performing exorcisms right now. Quite literally, people bringing sage and other exorcism objects over to MSG to praise the spirits. It's like it's kind of crazy out there right now. Saya asked if they can kiss you if they if that's what it takes. If that's what it takes. But only on the forehead, nowhere else. Let's see, where else do we need hair stuffs? No, but in all seriousness, like that's the funny part about sports fans and stuff like that, right? Like I feel like everyone who's a sports fan has their own sort of like superstitions, right? Like there are certain things that a sports fan will not do at certain times of the day because especially during game day and stuff like that, like they'll do the same thing that they were doing the last time that they won, and it's really almost automatic. It's kind of crazy how that works, but you know, like the superstition from doing the thing, right? Like I guess it's like it helps people like cope with the fact that their team might actually be losing. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you know, it's like just anything to make you feel like, okay, you're contributing to the thing that's happening, you know? Like I myself actually have quite a few superstitions when it comes to the Mango Sentinels. Like I have my favorite player's jersey that's been on my door since forever. I have not even removed the tags on the thing ever since I bought it. It went up there and it just kind of stayed there, and I'm afraid to touch it, or much less, you know, like wash it or anything. Like it's just up there. I've never worn it, so luckily, you know, like it's not in a state where, it would be like, oh, that's kind of gross, but at the same time, like, give you, as you guys might know from other stuff that you've had in your house, like, if you leave something somewhere and you just like literally don't touch it, it's probably got a good coat of dust or something like that on it. So that thing is probably like due for a wash of some kind, but I can't touch it until till everything happens. Like I'm hoping. I have so much hope right now. So I can't touch it. I gotta leave it. I gotta leave it where it is. And like, there's quite a few other crazy superstitions that like a lot of people have. Like I just mentioned, how people are going over to MSG right now and like literally doing exorcisms. Regardless of what your own beliefs and stuff like that, right? It's not like, okay, it's unreasonable to blame somebody for the loss, right? It's quite unreasonable to blame, like, oh, this person showed up or that person showed up and that's why they lose. It is definitely unreasonable to say that, right? Having said that, the person who showed up at MSG, when the Mango Sentinels lost the game 2 days ago, they have a very telling track record of showing up and then the home team having some very bad luck. So I think some of the fans are very justified in like their superstition in that case. Some people are just really bad luck, and it's like, it has nothing to do with politics or anything. It's just, damn it, just stay away. just like, come back later. Like just. And like, sports fans will actually believe this stuff. Like it's like embedded in sports fandom to be like overreactionary with certain things. Anything out of the ordinary that can cause like your team to lose and stuff like that, it's something that a lot of people who watch sports will be very sensitive to, let's just say. And again, like, that's not to say that these things are real, right? Like, I'm not gonna say like, okay, like, it's because of this one person that happened. Like, that's like very unrealistic. like like quite literally, there's no way that that's like a real thing, right? If you believe in science and all this other stuff, right? But then, sometimes it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's just like, I don't know. Oh no, that was a little bit iffy. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best right now, just like others in Cappy Town. We're very much hoping for the best right now, and we'll see what happens a couple of hours from now. I don't have to worry about it just yet, so I'm just gonna spend my time doing the arting until game time tonight. Well, I gotta also go and get dinner too at some point, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, aside from that, let's see how are we gonna approach this area. So again, like, this is one of those areas in the image where there's like a cross section of lines that kind of creates like a T shape, and this one in particular needs kind of like a deeper colored like shading area here and stuff like that. So yeah, because this intersection over here has a lot of things going on, so we just leave it like that, and then this over here, the leg over here, and then boom. Okay. And then this leg is a little bit behind everything, like in the way that it's positioned is like it's behind the other leg, because the she has one leg, her right leg, right, which is on the left side. It's in front of this leg, so that's why I have it like a little bit like uh larger, I guess, because her thighs are really big. I've noticed in the reference, right? So I needed to account for that, and now I'm trying to get it so that it kind of reflects the like the squishiness in that area there and stuff like that, right? Nope, not vector erase over there. And then we can get rid of some of the lines over here because they're not quite as needed. Yeah, this whole area where the legs meet her hips, as well as you know, where the crotch area is just ultra squished in in a lot of ways. I will take a look at it in a bit and then just kind of determine if I went a little bit too far with it, though, like with the way it looks, right? Because while it is a squishy area on her, there I could have also way overdone it, right? Like, because when you kind of zoom out, you can kind of tell what's going on there, but it's still, without the color, it's just always so hard to see what's going on. So we can make corrections to that in a bit, but for now, I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna run with it the way it is for the time being. Let me see how her her bottom like kind of looks. Oh, okay. It's like one of those where the straps actually the straps over here on the bottom that she's wearing is actually stringed, right? So they tie the two sides together and they hold on for dear life. But yeah, I don't know, like, what other, like, summer-themed outfits that I can do here, right? Like, after these two, right? Like, I'm still trying to think about, like, you know, what images to do after this one over here and stuff like that. And, you know, like, there's a lot of characters that I can choose to do, but you know, I wanna stay on theme. Like, there's a part of me that wants to stay on theme with just doing like VTuber art like this, but then there's also another part of me that not VTuber art. Oh my gosh, gaming art and stuff like that. Because I'm actually like kind of on a roll with the game characters right now, and so there's a part of me that kind of wants me to stick with that, but then there's also like I mentioned VTubers just now, right? And there's a part of me that's also kind of been on that VTuber training arc. Like, I know that it was Watame's birthday quite recently. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the birthday merch from that they showed off during the streams, I guess. And there's like a blanket and a mug. Like there's like a color changing mug and stuff like that, and there's like a blanket that rolls up into one of the Watamates. Like, it looks like it looks like a plushie of one of them if you roll it up, and then there's like a pillow that's with the face. So it's like, ah, why? I've never actually gotten any of the VTuber birthday stuff before, but there's a part of me for the artwork that is like, oh, that I like the artwork for that. I would consider that. Okay. Maybe let's see how this looks when I go over it instead of under it. Because there's a part of the thigh that has to be over that area, where the her bikini bottom is, because like this area, like, because she has such thick thighs, then like when she squishes her legs together and then one is like in front of the other, then it's like some of that kind of pushes forward and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see if it makes more sense to have some of the cloth there be in front of it, but I don't think it works. It quite works that way. I'm gonna have to look at some other references to see if this is as accurate. Like, because I don't want to wing it to the point where I'm just like, I leave it like that, and then it turns out that that's like literally not what it would ever look like. So I'm just kind of like, And then like her belly button, like at least in the reference, is like gigantic. Like I feel like the reference the image that I'm using, which is the in-game artwork, has her with this gigantic belly button, but I'm like, do belly buttons get that big? Jeez, like I feel like almost like it's not gonna be like that. Like I am moving it over a little bit because I did think that in the sketch I'm just pushing everything over to the left like way too much, so it might not actually like, because then it looks like everything is like super unbalanced if I continually push everything to the left like that. So I'm trying to pull that back just a little bit, right? Like, and then like maybe we have this line over here can just like help me to position like where the stomach muscles will end up being and stuff like that. I mean, I probably have to do like because I already did the lighting study underneath, right? Like I already have like a gray color that kind of tells me where all the lighting is going to come from. She's actually going to be mostly backlit because in this particular room, right? The pool is behind her, so the blue colors and whatnot from the sky and stuff like that, all gonna be in the water, and then I guess there's gonna be like a blue hue on the bottom of the image, right? But then on the top, that's all glass. On the left side of this image, that's just all glass, and then there's like this gridded like structure that holds up all the different glass panels in this room. So it's like through each one of those is gonna be light coming from the left and going downwards. So the light is probably gonna come from the upper left and then go downwards diagonally like so from this direction, and then it's kind of behind her, so I can light her up from behind a little bit. So that's why the top of her hair has a lot of the light, and then maybe sort of like on the surfaces of certain parts of her body where the light is able to peek around her, but not like he's not lit right in front of us. So I do like having a lot of backlit characters, I'm not gonna lie. That seems like the thing that I always do, but it's an interesting lighting situation, and I kind of really like it. So Optimus, is it time to transform and roll out? Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm just continuing to draw this very say-so and definitely not degenerate um artwork. There's nothing degenerate about this whatsoever. Rapi is being a she is being a helpful member of the expeditionary force that is exploring the surface by bringing the commander to this very room and this very pool. Oops, I went way too far with that. And then where are the... Oh, okay. So the... Is it from here? Yeah. It's something like that down that way. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out all the little things now, right? Like where the stitching is on the t-shirt. It's not necessarily right at where the shoulders kind of curve and stuff like that. So, doing good, just playing in my Nintendo DS and playing a game I got recently for my set of 8 games I owned from my childhood. Oh, nice. What game is it, if you don't mind telling me? I didn't really have a DS for all that long. I believe when I did end up getting a 3DS. I never got the DS, but I had a 3DS, right? And eventually, like, I got the 3DS to play Fire Emblem. The Fire Emblem games, I should say, like a few of the games. And I did buy the games, but I only ever really played Awakening. I never got through the other ones. Like, I really wanted to play the one. Which Fire Emblem was that with Celica and the guy with the green hair? I got the amiibos for that one because I really like their designs, and I really wanted to play that one, but I just never got around to playing it. Like, I actually never got around to playing it. So, like, I feel like I missed out. Original Super Mario, aka New Super Mario Bros. Oh, nice. Like that, the original that Super Mario. It's like I those are the yeah, those are definitely the childhood games. like like yo, those are some fun times, I swear. Like um but wait, did I ever play New Super Mario Bros? I don't think I did. I don't think I played New Super Mario Bros. I always the original Super Mario, yeah, I read that. But yeah, I never really played like the newer like 3D that is 2D type Super Mario's all that much. I do have one of them. That the one that came out on Switch, right? Like I don't know which one it's called. Like Super Mario Wonder. I think that's what it was called or something like that. Though I had to I never ended up playing it myself. What actually ended up happening was my brother's kids actually ended up playing the large majority of those two. When they found that I had a Nintendo Switch, and they needed something to take up their time, so to speak, but yeah, like those are fun games. Like I've always been more of the type that wants to play the 2D side scrolling type games, but that's kind of just the generation that I grew up in, right? Like I'm pretty sure it's different for everybody that kind of grew up in the generations that like played stuff like more like Mario Sunshine or Mario 64, like that sort of type of thing. But I've always liked the more 2D approach towards things. That's why, like, even with Castlevania, like I'm more about the Metroidvania games than the newer 3D Castlevania games. So it's like I've always been much more into the 2D style of games than anything. But whatever floats your boat, I think that's fine. I don't think that one is necessarily superior or to the other. It's just whatever you have fun with, right? Yeah, I'm just trying to add like extra hair strands to this right now that like, So again, I'm not trying to make her hair like this one like one solid like piece like monolithic piece that's on top of her head, but rather adding things that come out of it so that it's like a like living breathing human being has these types of things when it comes to their hair. So let's see. The way that I tried to do her hair is so she's definitely got like the ponytail thing coming out the back, but then I had it like swing around from the top and to the other side, right? So it's kind of curving from the left side of her body to the right side of her body. Well, okay. Like from our point of view, from the left side to the right side, right? So like that's kind of how I had drawn it coming out of the top of her hair, her head there, but I'm still kind of like, should I have it like that? I don't know. So maybe I will hold off from that for a bit, and then I'll continue working on the line art over here, where her shirt would basically curve in a little bit, and then go like, because she's kind of rolled it up a little bit over here, right? I could have excuse me. Oh no, I'm sneezing everywhere. No. I could have a version of her that has her shirt pulled down over this, right? Like, so I could definitely have that as like an alternate version, for certain. But I need to draw it like this first, and then I could draw the shirt pulled down, over everything, afterwards. But I just need to have this set in place first. Hydrate. I'll hydrate. I will remember to hydrate. I wonder why that doesn't go off. I actually saw that just now instead of when you first clicked it. I have alerts, but they're just not going off. I gotta go check out my alerts. But hold on. Okay, put that cap back on. Also, my 8 childhood games I owned are Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers, Toy Story 3 DS, Namco Museum DS, Cars 2, Team Umizoomi, Phineas and Ferb Ride Again, Megamind the Blue Defender, and Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis. And the last game is trying to get me back the original Sonic Rush, not Sonic Rush Adventure. Oh wow, you had a lot of those what are they? What are they called? The licensed licensed stuff, right? Not that the licensed games are not good, by the way. They're actually quite a few licensed games that are actually very good. Like around that era, it's like we are well out of the era of people just license all sorts of stuff to make games out of, and they all suck type of era. We're like around that time, that's around the time that was like a more of a thing. Did you like the movies, by the way, for those games, or did you just happen to have those games and you just played them? Because I know Mega Mind was pretty good. I remember I actually did end up watching Mega Mind. That's one of the movies that I actually saw. I did like the twist there for that one. And also what did you mention there? Like Toy Story, I saw a couple of Toy Story movies, but I didn't really play any of the games there. I love all of them because they were well-made games. Love the movies that that I became the games I own. Yeah, like again, like that's not me saying that like, all licensed property stuff is not no good. I mean, there are some pretty good games in from licensed properties, and like it seems you're lucky to have grown up in that era when that was like a reality. Like licensed games were pretty darn good, because when I grew up as a kid, it was rare for a licensed property to have put out a good game. Like you had to be like something like Ninja Turtles to actually have good games, and they had to be licensed to the right company. Like Konami was the license holder for the Ninja Turtles, so they always had like really good games and things like that, right? Like um stuff like Transformers, for example. Like we didn't get the original Famicom games and stuff like that here because those things were just terrible. The mystery of Convoy can remain a mystery forever. The Game Boy Advance called Lizzie McGuire's 3 Homecoming Havoc, which the game is super hard and kind of bad. Like, yeah. And I very much liked Godzilla movies when I was younger, and I still love them now, right? But man, did we not? We had like the worst stuff, right? Like like when it came to Godzilla stuff, it was not in terms of games anyway. It was not great. At least until surprisingly, like with the Atari games, like that came out, right? Like the Atari made Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, that series and stuff like that, which is actually now getting a remake for the first game, the GameCube game that originally came out, which is kind of surprising. I never expected that to happen. Um, that was a surprising thing. Did you guys happen to see all those freaking trailers and things like that for for all the stuff that's coming out, by the way, like for like the Nintendo Direct and all that stuff, and the Summer Games Fest or whatever it was called? Yeah, the game is like WarioWare but worse, Fun fact, a Godzilla game is coming out the same month as GTA 6 and might make GTA 6 get extended to another month. Oh yeah, is that the Destroy All Monsters Melee remake, right? I actually do have the PlayStation 4 uh Godzilla game. The one that came out in, what was it, 2014, that everybody, it's not a great game, but it's valuable. It's not a great game, but it's very valuable. Um and like I have a digital download of the game too. Um as well. Like we're trying to preserve these old games that, somehow have like an inherent value of it. I'm not one of those like gamers though that gets really upset if they re-release them though. Like I don't mind when, even if I have a game that's worth like a gazillion bucks, like I have quite a few of the Fatal Frame games for PS2 and Xbox, right? Like the original Xbox. And I don't mind that they make remakes of them, because people should it should be easier to find out how to play these games, right? Like, and if it means that more people will get into the games, I don't mind. I'm not the type that'll get like frustrated like immediately because, oh, the value of my game, oh no. Yeah, like, because I know that there are people out there who are concerned about that, but I think it's more important for people to be able to find and access these games and be able to play them at all, right? Because like I found over the years, like there are times when I'm just kind of like, damn, how do I play this? I used to really like this game, but like, how do I play it now? Like, because maybe I don't have the console anymore, or or something else, or maybe I just like really want to try playing it again, but then I like don't have the access to say a freaking CRT TV or something to be able to plug in those old systems and stuff like that. You know, my favorite model they made for Godzilla was for the Godzilla DLC for Gigabash. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that the Gigabash Godzilla is mostly based on number one, it's based on the Heisei era Godzilla, right? From the 90s. And then number two, I believe specifically because I see that he turns into Burning Godzilla, so it's probably the suit from versus Space Godzilla or Destroyer, right? Like at least that's what I think. I don't know. I don't know that for sure though. I don't know. I think I have Gigabash, but I don't know if I have the DLC for it. I got Gigabash as a gift from somebody, so yeah, I haven't played it yet, unfortunately. Like one of my friends got it for me because they knew that I liked the big G guy. The model is when Godzilla turns into Burning Godzilla. Ah, yeah. So it's like likely the suit that they used around 94, 95 when they made the Destroyer and Space Godzilla, which two movies that I think the movie Godzilla versus Destroyer is a very good movie, but I find it hard to watch Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. That movie is a very hard watch for anyone who wants to revisit it, sure, but like for me, it's just like, why? Like just everything about that movie is just like it's all gone wrong. Like, okay, let's see. There we go. For Burning Godzilla, yeah, I would have figured, like I think for a lot of people that version of Godzilla is definitely a fan favorite. Because I think at the time too, like there was a belief that that was really gonna be the last movie that they made in the series, though they've kind of said that over and over. like there's a certain point where people will stop believing you if you cry wolf a little bit too much, right? But at the time it was like, oh, they're gonna kill Godzilla off forever and stuff like that. It was just like the way that they were marketing the movie, because they believed at the time that Hollywood was gonna take over to continue the series, right? So they wanted to basically end the Japanese series in a very dramatic fashion, as it were. But then it was like they tried quite a few times, as I recall it, like to say that, okay, this is definitely the last one. This is definitely the last one. And then like the production of the American Godzilla movie just kind of kept getting delayed until they finally were able to get the one that Roland Emmerich was involved in making. Um, they can't kill Godzilla off because of the fans. They really can't, right? They always say, but even like I think it's kind of funny for them to think that like because technically speaking, like Godzilla was already killed off in the very first movie. It was in spoilers spoilers for a movie that came out in the 50s, but like technically it's not as if they've never killed off Godzilla before, right? It's like, they didn't realize that the character would become like such a cultural phenomenon for Japan, right? At the time, it was just like, oh, this, what, this is like a monster movie. We gotta have like, mankind has to be victorious at the end, right? So like, and then a couple of years later, Godzilla just, well, and not even a couple of years later. I can't even say a couple of years later because, um, 1 year later, 1 year, 1 short year later, because it wasn't even a full year later, they released Godzilla Raids again, and freaking somehow Emperor Palpatine returns. No, somehow there was just another Godzilla. It was just like, okay, okay, we don't have to explain it fully. We'll just go with it, all right? And then we'll bring back the scientist guy from the first movie to say to theorize what's going on, and then the audience will just accept it. Okay, we got one arm. But yeah, that series has been running for so long. I actually still need to watch what is it called? Monarch season 2. I need to watch season 2 of that. I know there's very mixed reviews about it, Monarch the show itself, right? But like, it's not a bad it's not a bad series. I feel like I liked the first season enough where I do want to watch the second season. Whether or not the second season kind of continues that is a different story. But I think I can sit through it. I'm just trying to measure out right now how long one arm is versus the other so that I can just start. I remember this. I wasn't even born around this came out. It was Taco Bell Godzilla toys. Oh yeah, yeah. Because they were promoting the 98 movie at the time. They did a lot of cross promotional stuff between Taco Bell and all the other things that kind of they were promoting the movie with. That was the thing, right? Like anytime a Godzilla movie hit North America, the cross promotional opportunities were bizarre. Like there's just like, okay. I know some of you, like a lot of you, will probably be way too young for this, right? But when they brought over the Return of Godzilla, right? So this was in the mid 80s and stuff like that. They brought over the Return of Godzilla, and they made a commercial. They made a couple of commercials, and they had one of the actors that they put into the movie. Like they would take the footage, the Japanese footage of the movie, and then they would add scenes with American actors like the character the like with the character of Steve Martin. They brought him back from the original 56 movie, and they added him to the movie with the older actor, and I forget his name off the top of my head now. But yeah, they added like scenes of this army guy, this goofy army guy, just kind of drinking Dr. Peppers in front of the camera and stuff like that, and it was just like so blatant. It was like, come on, man, for real. So, monster attacks the world, Dr. Pepper's got your back, okay? And they also made like commercials, like using like this fake looking Godzilla suit and stuff like that. It was like they modeled the commercials off of like the older Showa era movies, so the special effects were made really cheap and campy looking on purpose and stuff like that in those commercials. And the Godzilla in those commercials would be trying to figure out how to woo this this female giant monster lizard thing, and finally finds the key to it with a giant can of Dr. Pepper. It's like, what the hell? Also, I have a fast food toy collection, and I'm collecting every fast food toy, even if it's anime or not. Oh man, I would always lose my McDonald's toys and stuff like that. You know, the only toys that I really wanted were the of those old nostalgic fast food toys from the Happy Meals and stuff. I really wanted those old Transformer, like they weren't real Transformers, but they were like McDonald's the style transformable robots and stuff like that, like out of the Happy Meals and things like that. I know they recently did like a new version of them. But I wasn't in the country at the time that they came out, and I totally missed out on getting any of them. I'm like, damn it, and they, it doesn't seem like they're gonna have them, you know, in Bounty Hunterville. It seemed like this seems like it seemed uh, like a short-lived promotion with that. So I'm just kind of like, boo, boo. Though maybe I can look on eBay and see if I could get some of them, but I know that, you know, like silly enough, Happy Meal toys can be worth like a gazillion dollars, and then like you can't really afford them. like, like they could be worth tons, right? The changeables, yeah. Like they would take like a McDonald's soda or a Big Mac box, and they would transform into either a robot or a you know, not just a robot, but like, you know, or like a little little creature or something like that. They um and I know that they recently did like a new version of that Happy Meal toy thing, and I again, I missed out on it completely. The dinosaur, yeah, they would change it to different things like that. Yeah, correct, correct. I completely missed out on them. Because, you know, like for me, I always liked Transformers, right? So anything that was like a like very similar transformable things, like even now, like with a lot of collectors, right? Like what was that Korean card game that is like popular with Transformers now, fans now, because metal card bots or something like that it's called, or something like that. A lot of people like those toys now because they're quite good for what they are, and you know, um they also come with a card game attached to them. I actually don't. Yeah, that it. Yeah. Like I saw some of the toys that they released for that series, and I'm just kind of like, oh damn! Like if they had made some of the more modern studio series releases like the way that they made those toys, then a lot of people would be a whole lot happier. Let's see. Okay. Hands are not there yet because I need to draw like the background or the foreground elements. So on either side of her, there's the railing for the, you know, how you get into and out of a pool, right? There's like usually like metal guardrail railings that you could kind of like hold on to, and then there's like steps that let you into the pool, right? So I'm gonna draw those in, and then I gotta draw the hands on top of them. And then, yeah, I gotta do the hair. And actually, yeah, like, after I do the hair and then I do that, I just get the hands. And then, the line art for the character will be done, but then I need to, work on the background a little bit. So, then I would have to bust out my, pool reference for the background. But yeah, the line work for this has been going a whole lot faster than my usual. Uh, you know, I just had like a very strong vision for what this one was supposed to be, and the sketch was actually much more complete than what I usually do. So a lot of things are coming together for this one, for certain. Where I usually am fumbling with a very incomplete sketch and then like trying to figure things out as I'm doing the line art. And it is the way that I prefer to work because I feel like I don't actually work as well when I do when I'm trying to when I spend too much time trying to figure out the sketch in the beginning. I feel like impatient, I guess that would be it, right? Like I'm like very impatient about doing stuff like that, but maybe I should spend the extra time. Maybe that's the key here because seemingly it's making a lot of other processes for me really much faster right now, right? So maybe I've been doing things wrong. I should I should finish my sketches and take the time out to do so. And honestly, with the hair, you don't really have to do like these loose strands of hair. Like you really don't have to do them like the way that I'm doing them, right? Because you can always add loose strands of hair as just like, strokes of color, right? Like afterwards. You don't need to do what I'm doing, but I'm being very um I guess I'm being a little extra with this right now. Because again, you could probably just add these as strokes of color, and it might even be easier to do so afterwards because you don't have to think about where the line art is and the quality of the lines that you're using and stuff like that. It always seems to work out better that way for me, but I don't know. I just feel like I have to do this now. Okay, so the hair is passing by this direction, so just gonna add some lines here to kind of help to indicate that. And then get rid of whatever that was. Because it's coming out the back of her head like in like a ponytail style back there, but I have it curved towards the right side of her body. So it's almost like she kind of turned her head as she's moving out of the water that's behind her and stuff like that. Again, probably easier to just add some of this hair as strokes of color afterwards, but let's just do some now. Yeah, let's just do some. Yeah. And then I'll just kind of tidy it up at this point, so... By myself fucking fast, Saya, no, please. Don't worry, Saya, we have an exorcist at MSG right now. Don't worry. There's a couple of exorcists out there. They brought the sage, they brought all the stuff. They're doing it. Okay, don't worry about it. By the way, this is the true Knicks experience, Saya, by the way. Um this is the true fan experience that everyone that is a fan of that team has to go through. It's the bleakness. It's the bleakness of knowing that, man, something so awesome is happening. Also, something fucked it up completely. Have you ever? Will it be enough? Will it be enough? Who knows? Have you ever seen a complete 99 Disney live action buildable Inspector Gadget was made for a McDonald's to sell? Really? They made like a whole like the live action Inspector Gadget movie. Who was that? Matthew Broderick was Inspector Gadget. I forgot who it was. Yeah, just like the Lakers, not even Mamdani can say. Yo, Stephen A. Smith losing his shit and going like, why did you come? Why did you come? Stay away. I don't know, man. Sometimes some of the shit is like maybe it was worth it. Maybe it was worth it. I don't know. No, but in all seriousness, like, and like I get very sad. I get very sad when team does not do well, and I've been waiting so long for even a shot at this, and like it just feels bad. Like a lot of the vibes right now is like, oh man, like I'm hoping for the best, but I'm fully prepared for the worst. And like I could be like some of the fans and be like, well, you know what? There's always next year. Uh, I think it's like underselling how much bad luck this team actually has. There's not gonna be a next year. This team was so fully cursed for so damn long that there's just not gonna be a next year. It's like just no way. Matthew Broderick, and I actually own a full complete one. Oh shit, seriously? That's really cool, I mostly remember Inspector Gadget from the original cartoon series. Like, I never actually saw the live action movie, so I'm not like fully aware of whether or not that the movie was good or anything like that, unfortunately. But that's really cool. Did the movie actually have like all the usual stuff with Inspector Gadget? Like, other than the like Inspector Gadget himself, like did he have the transforming car and the dog and the niece that actually did all the work? That was always the joke in the show. Both teams shitting themselves at home. Next year is Wemby's year. We need it. Next year. Yeah, like I like it, like outside of all the stuff, right? Like that kid is going to be like, as much as I'm complaining about the level of play and whatnot, and between the both teams and stuff like that in this series, right? That kid is going to be amazing. Like he's just going to be, because it's like, again, there's just some things that you can't really teach, right? Like in terms of basketball, you can't teach the height or the athleticism at those heights and stuff like that, right? Wemby is dead ass the word of like he can learn anything. That's what I mean, right? Like, there's certain physical gifts that he has that like a lot of people won't be able to match, and then also on top of those physical attributes, it's like he is just like, yeah, like you said, word of light can do it all, like, so yeah, I would not be surprised if he is just like the guy for the next 10 years or so, or whatever, for however long his career lasts and stuff like that. Like, there is something to be said though, like if he's very fortunate, right, in terms of his career, because the taller players like that, right, they don't tend to have the as long a career, but that's just from a historical standpoint. Like maybe he will be the one that will, break that, right? Like, I don't want to say that it's a curse or something like that, but it's just a thing because, like, his physically, being 7 foot whatever he is, like 7'5" or whatever the case was. Your body can only take so much, right? Like compared to other players, like, so sports medicine has definitely gotten way better in the modern times than it was in the past. So there's that. He's got that going for him, right? So we'll see how well he holds up over the years, but early running seems to indicate that this is the guy. This is going to be the guy, for the near future and whatnot. So we shall see. We shall see. But until then, maybe if we have a little bit of hope tonight, um, with a little bit of hope and a little bit of luck, um, we shall see what the Mango Sentinels can do. And yes, I know I used the real name and the fake name very very interchangeably. Um, it's okay. I do fully realize that. Haagen-Dazs. Scoops. Scoops Haagen-Dazs. If you know if you guys understand why I call them the Mango Sentinels, then you're a real OG. Also, speaking on that, if you actually understand why they're called the Mango Sentinels and where, I believe that video was recorded in the chicken arcade, as I recall it. But I don't remember if that was really the case. I don't remember if that was really the case, but you know yeah. There's also a really funny reason for the, if you know why everybody around here called it the chicken arcade, even though it actually had a name and stuff like that. But it was one of the, I think it was one of those things that many animal welfare groups would have, like, a field day with in court if it happened in real life. Like, well, not in real life. What I mean is happened today, right? I should say not in it. Of course, it happened in real life. It's just, like, if it happened today, um, then that there would be some words, and there would be some lawsuits happening. Yeah. I don't remember if it was actually recorded at the chicken arcade. That's the thing, right? I could be totally mistaken, like, on that. Like, it could have been recorded somewhere else, and I'm just like associating it with that arcade atmosphere. Okay, now I need a second one of those. That's bigger than the last one. Okay. Well, actually, I could probably just duplicate it and yeah, I could definitely just do this. Just gonna grab this one, duplicate, because it's the same thing over again, just in a different position up here, and then it's like slightly bigger. And then merge that down. And then watch it destroy my line art as I merge it down. This is the only big problem with using vector lines. The vector lines save you a lot of from a lot of resolution issues when you resize your images and stuff like that, right? But some really wacky things could happen when, you know, you've just got so many lines going on there, and then you do crazy stuff like me copying certain things and then like merging them down the layers. Like, just really weird things constantly happen with the vector lines, so sometimes they're not in your best interest to use, but we'll see. Let me get a fucking McDouble double quarter pounder. Oh man, the it's just the quality of fighting game commentary in those days. Not to say it was bad or anything, but it was interesting. I will say it was very interesting. Okay, what else do I need? Like the back of the hair there, and then the hands over the railing. Killing esports. Well, a lot of to be fair, a lot of the fighting game community really was not into the idea of esports, right? Like, it's an interesting, like, it's an interesting situation, right? Like, a lot of the fighting game, especially the competitive fighting game scene, was grown from grassroots origins, right? Like, a lot of tournaments were run by people who were very passionate about fighting games, and they didn't necessarily care about you know, like making the monies, as it were, and stuff like that, right? So there's a lot of people who actually don't believe that esports has a place in fighting games, right? I was an 09er. Oh, or are you, Saya? you're you're an 09er now. What's the other one now? They also, like, because every time like a new Street Fighter comes out, that's like that there's like a generational marker, and then like people are like, okay, you're this or you're that, right? Like, because of each of the different versions of Street. I was like 11 in the Peaceful JC. Oh man. But yeah, a lot of what happened with the fighting games and the fighting game community was so grassroots that, you know, the esports thing wasn't really a welcome, you know, addition to fighting games in general. Like, for a lot of, or specifically for a lot of the old heads, right? But the problem is, like, you know, in order to do the thing that you like, you kind of have to be able to justify paying your bills with the thing, right? Drivers is like the new marker. Rollback era. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yo, like, as much as people will talk shit about the current state of Guilty Gear Strive, and, you know, the kind of gameplay that goes on there, the big damage with suddenly exploding your opponent and stuff like that, right? Like, it really was, like, I feel like the game deserves like a huge thank you for at least being one of the first games that was just like, screw it, we're gonna have rollback netcode in it, because like without rollback netcode, and it took a freaking pandemic to make a lot of companies realize that, like, look at what happened to some of the fighting games that were released during the pandemic that didn't have rollback netcode, and like how they fared and stuff like that. I think Grand Blue Fantasy Versus was one of them that came out in that era, and they didn't have the rollback netcode, and it like almost sunk the game like immediately. Like, if it wasn't for the strength of the IP, I think GBF would have been just dead on arrival. Like, um so it's kind of like, it's kind of one of those things, right? It's like, I know that rollback netcode wasn't it's not the cure for every issue a fighting game has, right? But it definitely made it possible to play the game in the first place. Um, at least in that era of stuff, right? It was released like 2019 and then 20, yeah, see. I remember too. Everybody was like, "Hey, like, you gotta do something about the netcode and stuff like that." And I really enjoyed those early days of playing GBF, right? Like, it wasn't like because I had originally played Grand Blue Fantasy on mobile also. Like, I still had my account up until around the time Vikala came out, and I got her and stuff like that, and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm done with this game. Or no, wait, I think I got Anilla too. I definitely got some of the Zodiac generals at the time, but I never played the game like enough to be like, okay, I got these weapons, and my weapon grids are all like, all raid what did they call them, like Guild Wars ready or whatever and stuff like that. Like, I never got like that into the game. But I knew people that were like, man, they were just like all over that game for years nonstop. But yeah, that's what made me want to play the fighting game. And I actually kind of want to play like the, what was it, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I kind of wanted to play that game, but um just again, never really had the time or the right setup for it, right? Like, my friends always got their games on certain systems, and then I got my games on other certain systems, mostly PC, but they didn't really want to play on PC, stuff like that. We still living in the age of console wars, apparently. Now nobody can afford gaming. This shit is so unaffordable now. Ah. Like, I remember when everybody was talking about the RAM shortage as if it was like, oh, look at PC gaming, and like, haha haha, and it's like, dude, this is gonna hit you guys too, man. And it really did. Like, slowly but surely, it was just like, oh damn. So it's like, and like, it's just not good for anybody. Like, no matter what you believe in terms of your gaming setups and stuff like that, it was just not good for anybody. Freaking AI, I swear, like, ruining it for everybody. It's like the fact that for example, like, PC builders like have to seriously consider, like, buying pre-builds so that they can take apart the pre-build for certain parts, because it would just be cheaper to do that than to freaking buy everything individually. It's just so crazy to me. Like, we actually live in that era. like, we actually live in an era where it's just cheaper sometimes to buy a pre-built PC and then either use the pre-built PC or just like salvage it for parts that you need for other things, because those parts are going to be way more expensive to get individually. It's just like so crazy to me that we live in that era now. Okay, let's see. Um, what else is left? The hands, right? And then whatever the heck is on her what is this, the choker that she wears? Oh, she's got like bands on her hand too, like her wristbands. She's got like yellow and green wristbands actually, like on her right arm. Which unfortunately on this artwork, not, it like just goes off the screen. Jeez. Fortunately, and this and unfortunately, like fortunately in that it saves me from drawing certain things, but then also unfortunately in that her hand is literally going right off the freaking page. Okay, there's that one, and then there's the one that's next to it. Yeah, I'm just doubling up on it. I'm gonna do it this way. Just double up on them together like this. Don't worry about it. And then what? This arm? So this hand is actually on the rail, the metal rail part that's over here. So I guess I can just draw it in with it, right? Like, instead of drawing it as a separate foreground object, I'll just draw it in with the fist over here. Though I might need some time to figure out the fist here. Like, I'm not especially good at drawing hands and feet, admittedly, but like when I get up to the line art stage like this, I gotta figure it out, right? Like you just kind of don't have a choice. And I did enough of indicating the light source where I can kind of trace, okay, where is it that my thumb is gonna be in this image, and where are the other fingers gonna be? Like, so I did enough of that for this. Though I don't know if I agree with what I did. I'll see. Let's just put the railing in there first, because we need that. It's like, so this is the this is gonna be that metal handrail that goes into the pool, right? Like, I'll just draw it a little bit higher than, and then I can just erase what I don't need. But I hope this doesn't look too weird, because so okay, the handrail is over here, right? Like this part over here is the part where it starts to curve down into the pool, right? So there it is, and then her hand is actually over the part that goes into the pool. So it's like that part though is behind the arm over there. So I think like it's such a weird angle, but there's the rest of it that's going into the water, and she's got her arm on top of that, right? So her hand is on top of that. So you really can't see um certain parts of where her hand is. You'll see like the knuckles and the fingers wrap around the top here, but so this is what I was worried about, right? Because it's not something that you normally see a whole lot of, right? So I might have to actually change the way that I'm thinking about how this hand is gonna actually go over it, right? Maybe push the like twisting my own hand in that direction. That shit hurts. So I actually have to pull it back a little bit right now and probably sketch out a different hand on top of this just to see where I'm going with this. So here we go. Let's just do it. Okay. So this is around where the wrist is, right? This is Bard's think time now. So maybe if I have like something a little bit different than what I was thinking initially, right? And I don't really like sketching out fingers like this because I get lost in the sauce, right? When it comes to sketching out fingers in this manner, because there's so much that you're kind of like worried about in terms of doing that. Like usually what I like to do is I block them in color, in different colors and stuff like that, and just like figure it out like that, right? That usually helps me more than sketching it out like this. But I do that's not gonna work. Now that I zoomed out, I'm like, oh, okay. The other way I can approach this is not have her arm resting on the rail there, because it just creates a lot of complications, right, for the image. But if like, it's like the decision you have to make. It's like, do you go for the complicated thing because it looks better for the image, or do you get away from that because your strength is not actually in that direction when it comes to doing arting, right? So like I gotta make that decision right now over here. But the good news is that we got most of the art, the line art done here for this one. And also I am actually starting to get a little bit hungry now. Before the game starts, I'm probably gonna have to cook some dinner for myself, so I might actually cut this one a little bit short. Usually I only stream to around this time anyway. I only get like 2 hours of time to art for myself, like every day after work and stuff like that, right? So that's the unfortunate part. So I might actually go ahead and call it an evening with this. But I mean, we made so much progress today. Like, we almost got all of the line art done for her, except for the ties where her where the bikini bottom part is, like the ties on either side of her hips, and just getting that damn hand. We're gonna figure out that hand tomorrow, and then we got to start putting in the line art for the background. So that's gonna kind of finish off the line art stuff for this one, and then I guess I'll think about it with the t-shirt, right? So usually she's got like a t-shirt on, right? Like with this image. Let me just make a bigger image, right? So I could actually like have now the t-shirt that she wears, right, is a shorter one. Like I think it goes only up to around like up here somewhere, right? So I could put the t-shirt on, with minimal edits to the line art that's on there, right? And then just kind of have like the wrinkles of a shirt that's like very drenched, and you can kind of see through it a little bit, so there will be red parts sticking out over here. Maybe some of the skin will be bleeding through in terms of the color and stuff like that. So I can do the t-shirt look as well as, like, just offering it up as like a slight alternative image version of this. We can do that. We can definitely do that. But yeah, this is kind of where we got. Kind of happy with the results right now. I think usually I would pass the line art then at that point when it's complete over to Mooney to do the coloring for it. But like we've actually built up quite the backlog, and I feel bad because I gotta finish the Titty Star Honest line art, because we discovered like a couple of things were actually different on that on her design than what I had thought they were. So I actually have to do some corrections, and I haven't done them yet. So she's at a standstill with that. So I gotta do those. I gotta do those for her, just to kind of show you guys the two that we have in the backlog right now. So there is a Titty Star Honest here, who doesn't quite have a background yet, but I think because I'm gonna do the background as just like a fully colored painted sort of thing, because it is the back of a stage that's supposed to be there, right? Like, and then I also have to do well, actually, Neon, this version of Neon that I did is kind of complete. There's no background sketched in because the background is literally just an explosion. Like, if you kind of see like how the white part of the background and then she's all filled into gray, you can kind of tell in terms of the coloring and stuff like that, right? Where the light source is going to be, and that is a huge explosion. So the front of her is going to be much darker, because the brighter the light behind them, the darker the shadow in front of them. So that's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, we got plenty of artwork coming down the pipeline, and then also gotta finish the sketch of this one. I started this one for Ingrid from Street Fighter 6 quite a bit ago, like before I started doing Rapi, but I just got further with Rapi than I got with this one, and this one has some proportional things that I need to change about it, so this one still needs quite a bit of work, but happy where it's going. I'm happy where it's going, and like once we get those changes in, I'm gonna start doing the line art for this one too, and stuff like that. So like there's just a lot of arting that's going on right now, and I'm kind of happy that I'm able to keep up with it and stuff like that. But yeah, for those of you on YouTube, sorry, this is the end of the ride, but we will be back at 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Stream for 2 hours roughly, per usual, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. For those of you that are with me on Twitch, we are gonna go and pay a visit to someone. So let's see. Let's see, who should we go? Here is the message. I really need to make like a command. Isa and yeah. Bard raid, yeah. So the raid message. I really should just make a like a command to bring up this raid message. So there's the raid message, but who will we go and tell this raid message to? Let's see who is on right now. Let's see, I see someone doing summer arts. Let's see. It's always good when somebody is doing similar looking art, you know? Then the people that I usually like will follow myself, they've all been like on for like a couple of hours, and I always feel bad raiding into them because I don't want them to feel obligated to stay on longer. Most don't. Most know to be like, you know what, this is it for me. I need to get on out of here. But sometimes I'm like, or we can raid into to new friends who are doing stuff. Let's see what's going on. I'm just kind of seeing where some others are right now, and peeking. You know what? This is similar. This is similar enough. I know they've been on for a while now, but it looks like they're gonna continue going. So, let's go. Let's go pay a visit. We're gonna go ahead and go and see some Fia-chan art, who is sketching something here that is very similarly summer themed. And again, I will be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. We are gonna continue to do Rapi Red Hood artwork, and yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and pay them a visit. If you guys are here with us, just go say hi and enjoy more summer themed art. Here we go.